What's going on, everybody? Fuzzy here, and today I'm bringing a crazy story that happened when I was in preschool, about 3 or 4 years old. Even though I remember this like it happened yesterday, guys. This was so tragic for me, and it was freaking crazy. So as you can see from the title, my lip almost fell off. I mean, my lip almost fell off. That's ridiculous. Alright, so I'm gonna tell you what happened. A regular day in preschool, we're over here playing board games and stuff. I got my friend Sullivan. I got my friend, I think Jacob, even though he was kind of a D. And yeah, I remember Sullivan only because he had this really bad stutter. He'd stutter after almost every word he said. And I caught on to that, and I used to try to stutter for some reason. So I'd be like, a lot. It was funny. But, so, regular day in preschool, and what happened was, Sullivan, I think, said something, really funny, and so what I did is I, leaned back, extremely far in my chair, and, we have these tables, where the corners are, extremely sharp. So what I do is I lean back in my chair really far, and then I accidentally come forward and hit my lip straight on the edge of the table. No joke, guys, my lip was hanging off. Some might even notice it today, though through the years my lip has gone down a little bit. Still stitches in it. Yeah. So yeah, after this my lip's halfway off. And since I'm in preschool, I think it's just bleeding, even though I'm, screaming and crying. It's ridiculous. And, half my lip is falling off, and they give me a bag of ice. I can't even tell you how ridiculous that is. A bag of ice? Oh, his lip is falling off. Let's just give him a bag of ice. Yeah, clap it up for, my preschool. Giving a child a bag of ice if his lip is halfway off. Even though I loved, the lady, Miss Betty was her name. I love Miss Betty. I still love her to this day. They closed the preschool down, unfortunately. I didn't think that, they had, the funds or something. But Miss Betty, she was real nice, but she's kind of a dumb nut for giving me ice. And she tried to calm me down by bringing me in, to, the other grades and stuff. I mean, you think that's gonna help? What? Are you serious? You give me a bag of ice on a halfway falling off lip. That's one of the smartest things I've ever heard of. And then, what happens is, she takes me in the computer room, and I'm kind of amused. I kind of stop crying, but then I still burst out crying again. So what she had to do, she had to call my mother, call the ambulance. In the ambulance truck, rush to the ambulance. I cried for 8 hours straight. It was ridiculous. I cried for the longest time I've ever cried in my entire life. And remind you, I'm in preschool, so I'm yelling ridiculousness. It was ridiculous. Half my lip was falling off. I didn't even know that. So I had to go to the hospital. And when I'm in the patient's room, I sort of stop crying, even though the pain's still there. So, I kind of stopped crying, and I'm still crying a little bit, you know how you, used to sniffle after every time you cried? I remember, sometimes, when I start crying, my mom would be stop crying, and then I'd stop, and I used to, this little sniffle started, she's stop crying, I can't stop crying, I'm trying. It was so funny. Yeah, anyways, I'm in the room, and the doctor comes with a needle and thread. Oh my gosh, they didn't put me, they tried to put me to sleep, but I wouldn't go to sleep, and so what happened was, they gave me, some more drugs after, and they basically stitched up my lip, and to this day, you can see that my lip is a bit, the right side of my lip is a bit bigger than the left, and I notice it when I talk, a lot, because, when I say puh, the right side of my lip touches my top lip first before the left side does. And when I'm getting my lip stitched, I see like blood squirting up. I'm crying, screaming, everything. It I don't even know. It was ridiculous. So like blood squirting up, I'm screaming and yelling. I don't even know what to do. And then next thing you know, the stitches are done. I'm still crying after because I used to be a big crybaby and I'm still am today. So I'm still crying like 30 minutes after, and then I fall asleep because of the drug that they put me under made me fall asleep. So I wake up and my lips like freaking like scabbed and bloodied and stitched up. And basically to help make it better, my mom bought me this awesome Pac-Man game for the Xbox. That was the most awesome game ever. And I swear I wish I had it to this day, but I don't anymore. Sadly. I forgot what the game was called. It was like a 3D Pac-Man. Like you'd like do flips and stuff. I still wish I had like the first generation Xbox today so that I could play that game, because I swear that was the best game ever. And then I think like we went to like what place has the waffle fries? Not Chick-fil-A. I think it was Long John Silver or something, and I got some waffle fries, and I couldn't even eat, guys. I couldn't even eat for like the longest time, and I was like starving. Every time I bit into something it would hurt, I start crying. I still remember this. I still remember it to this day. I don't think I'll ever forget it. So anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed this story, and by the way, like since I factory reset my computer and I forgot to back up my outro won't be there, I don't think. So I'll have to steal it from one of my videos in order to get it. So anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, and subscribe for more stories. I'm going to start doing more stories. And see you guys in the next video. Alright, peace out.
We'll say they can give the three as well as they can take the three. Outside Jackson. Screen by Monroe. Jackson passes to Monroe. Tries again. Goes up again. Offensive rebound. And that one's good.
He's a grinder. Love what he does on the offensive boards. Really bringing energy and life. See some of the numbers here on Patrick Beverly. Breakdown since the All-Star break. Putting up
what his passing brings to this team. Houston's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. Dishes it to Jones. Cannot hit. Smith with the defensive effort. For the Houston Rockets, they come in off a good outing against Memphis.
You know, so often in the NBA we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but it didn't seem like that was the case. Everything came pretty easily.
Too many of their points came the easy way, Steve. You're right. On dunks and layups against the defense that didn't really put up much resistance.
Here's G after the made shot from Jackson. And that one's good by G.
It's been a very efficient first quarter for him. He's creating good opportunities and converting those that he created.
Here's Drummond. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Yeah, he didn't have to slow down at all, guys. Just perfectly timed pass there.
An uptick in minutes last season for Andre Drummond. The Pistons had brought him along slowly, Clark, in his rookie season, much to the frustration of the Pistons fans.
You know what? It was the Pistons training staff, though, Kevin, that pulled back the reins. They found he had some imbalances athletically that predisposed him to injury, so they wanted to be cautious with him. Looks like it came.
And that is good.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
Jet mixing kicks to Drummond.
And for Drummond, you think about the stress of it. It's moving so quickly with his size. He needed to develop his core muscles to protect trainer's caution was validated in year one when he ended up missing a couple of months with a fractured vertebra.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Jeff Adrian's checked in for Jones. Johnson comes in for Alonzo T. And it's Cannon in for Patrick Beverly. Butler, he's checked in for Detroit. Jennings comes in for Meeks. Smith dishes to Butler. Back to Smith. And they double up Jackson. Shoots the three. That's good from Jennings on the assist by Jackson. Jennings has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And Drummond played starters minutes in year two. You have to give him a lot of credit. That young man stayed patient. He worked diligently, putting in the time with the training staff to improve his body and his conditioning. And that hard work prepared that big athletic body of his to be able to handle that additional workload.
That's good. And that's 11 points for Jay. Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
I think both teams feel like they can win. They both have confidence. So this is the best way to shoot the rock.
Let's go, you're up. My time.
Here's Keenan. A 14-point game for him in the win against Memphis. The shot goes down and he gets his game back to even. Keenan's got his first bucket of the night.
Well, that was hesitate. They put the ball right up against the bigger defender.
Well, I like that aggressive mindset there, Steve.
It's a tie game here in Houston. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter.
No skateboard P. Hey, Mr. Venom. Yo, hola.
Coming up next Sunday night, March 8th, Lance Stevenson and the Charlotte Hornets take on the Detroit Pistons, live from the Palace of Auburn Hills. Don't miss out.
We got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. Guys, for the Rockets, jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint.
And the key has been the second chance points. You look at this team, the hustle that they play with, very impressive in that first quarter.
Well, it's showing up on the scoreboard. I mean, you get second chance points like that. It can add to your totals and also demoralize your opponent.
On the floor for Detroit, Jackson, he's in at point guard. Caron Butler is out there with Kyle Singler. Then there's DJ Augustine, and it's Monroe in at the 5. Now here's Jackson. In low to Monroe. A floater. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists tonight. The Rockets trail. And here's Beverly. He picked up 12 points in their last one against Memphis.
And he played great at the defensive end of the floor, too. Yeah, we had a couple of important block shots in that game, too. Good all-around effort.
And no good. And a chance to take the lead. And now the Pistons fast break. Left side Jackson. That's good. And it's a 4-point Piston lead. And we played through the first minute here in the second. And G has it in the corner. Stolen by Monroe. One-on-one 1 fast break. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Some high-scoring teams in the NBA. Let's see the leaders. The Rockets 4th.
This is one of the best scoring teams in the league, actually. They found a nice offensive flow to their game, and they don't have any problem putting points on the board.
The Pistons have only made 2 attempts, shooting poorly at the line in this one.
Well, the season numbers for this club really low. I mean, this is something that the team has been focusing on. They've got to improve.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.